Man, y'all, starting a lawn care business is hard. I mean, I've been there. I know what it's like to wonder where you're going to get your next customer from, whether you should buy a push mower, whether you should buy a zero turn, and exactly how to get started. But with that being said, we got to respect the game. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that's going to help you level up your lawn care game. And they're practical. They're not anything difficult. There's not no knocking on doors. There's not no hanging flyers. There's not this amount of money that you got to spend to market yourself. So sit back. Let's do a deep dive into these 3 tips that's going to help you level up your lawn care game. Let's go to Bouquet, a.k.a. Brian, with Bouquet of Baton Rouge Lawn Care and Landscaping. And again, we're here to help you level up your lawn care game, give you 3 practical tips that's going to help you in the long run. Like I said, I've been there, started my lawn care business, and didn't know what to do. Didn't know, looked on YouTube, tried to find all these gurus. And of course, they had their opinions on how things should be done. But again, we're not in that same space and place. So this is for the beginning guy, just getting started. They're a little nervous, but they have a love for lawn care and they want to get out there and get started. So the first thing you want to do, of course, to set yourself apart is going to be having a process. No, I'm not talking about cutting grass and whether you weed eat first or how you do this or that. No, I'm talking about a customer service process, meaning that when you meet customers, right? If you talk to any experienced landscape and lawn care guy, 9 times out of 10, the customers are not going to come from knocking on doors. Okay, they're not going to come from hanging out flyers and doing all that stuff. They're going to come from them seeing them doing the work. So what happens when you do the work? You're setting an impression on the customers that are around you. You have neighbors that are watching and everything. So there's a way that you can set yourself apart from the very beginning, even with a push mower. Matter of fact, the push mower is where you want to start. So again, let's dive in. Customer greeting. How are you greeting your customers? Are you smiling? Are you giving them that personality when you meet them? That's important, man. These customers don't want the fake person. They want somebody real that they can relate to. So you got to establish a relationship with the customer. And it all starts with that smile. When you meet a customer, when you're out there on the street, have a presence about yourself. You know, have a little bit of confidence and believe in yourself. And that smile is what's going to do that. That breaks the ice with the customer. We got to realize that most customers, if they're looking for a new lawn care guy, it's because they've had a bad experience with the previous lawn care guy. So again, set yourself apart, show a customer that you are dedicated to what you're doing. So it starts with that greeting. Then of course, customers are there for you to solve a problem. That's why they're looking for you. That's why they walked across the street when they seen you mowing and ask you if you got time to cut their yard, right? So that's where it starts. We want to make sure that we're helping customers with a smile on our face, greeting them. And then, of course, we want to solve their problem. If they're coming to you, they got a problem, right? Like the last guy, maybe he did something wrong, you know? So we also want to inquire about that, show we care. And then on top of that, the easiest way to set yourself apart as a lawn care and landscaping guy is to push mow and bag everybody's front yard. I mean, what else do you got to do? It's going to take you a little bit more time, but what else do you have to do right now? That's the only thing you have to do, you know? And once people see that you actually care about what you're doing, then guess what? Those customers are going to start rolling in. I'm telling you, it's all about putting good vibes out there in the air and trying to make it happen on a daily basis with your presentation with your customer, man. It's not anything that's rocket science. It doesn't cost you any money to smile. It doesn't cost you any money to solve that problem for a customer. And it doesn't cost you any money to bag their front yard. So again, that's the process. Greet the customer, solve their problem, and then do something within your lawn care and landscaping business to set yourself apart. And if you're bagging the front yard, guess what? Other people are going to see that and it's going to make a difference. So that's the number 1 key, is to make sure that you're doing something in your business to set yourself apart from the very beginning. Push me on the front yard is the way to go. I promise you. The number 2 thing you want to do is plug in with your local, state, and federal governments. Before you click away, before you swipe away, this is free information. This is free game for the lawn care people that are just now getting started. If you're already out there taking care of your business, congrats to you. You probably want to bring somebody along with you. That's what we're here to do. Try to bring somebody else, help them level up their lawn care business. But again, We want to get started with the state, local government, and also federal government. You'd be surprised. Lawn care is one of the top 5 categories that the state and government spend money on every year. And guess what? They got to spend that money. If it's not spent, it gets taken away from the programs, start to disappear. So if you're a single lawn care provider, if you're a veteran, if you're a minority, any of that type of stuff, let's dive in and get some of this money while it's still there, people. So I have some links down in the description for, state procurement offices is what they call them. You can do your Google research in your city and see if there's something that you want to get into. I'm telling you, the money's going to be there. All right. It's going to be a little bit of a process. It shouldn't take you too long. Some of the certifications that you qualify for are literally you just filling out a form and submitting them, which puts you in a little bit better space and place than the people who are not doing this, right? We want to be able to get some of those contracts to kind of help level up our lawn care business. Don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid. Just get out there and get it done. Again, I got some links down in the description you guys can check out and see if it's something that you want to do. I'm telling you, take advantage of it while you can. They're trying to get rid of some of these programs. There's some people out there who don't think it's necessarily the right thing to do to make sure that the people who are at a disadvantaged state take advantage of some of this money, right, that the federal government has to give. Get yourself a state contract, and guess what? You just increased the revenue on your business. So remember, all these tips are free tips. So what else do you got to do right now in your business? I know what time of year it is right now. We're looking at January. Nobody's really cutting grass. If they are, hey, more power to you. But hey, right now, since we have time, energy, let's go ahead and dive into that. Now, number 3 is something that I struggled with when I first started. Basically, what you want to do is try to find yourself a mentor. Do a mentorship with somebody. And guess what? We're in the lawn care and landscaping industry. There's a lot of guys out there looking for help, right? So sometimes you have to take a step back and look and see, just depending on where you are, space and place in life. If you're up there in age a little bit, like myself, right? It's okay if you go find a younger guy, a younger girl out there that's actually getting it done and have their business already established. Go out there and see if maybe they need some help or assistance. You're going to learn the game. You're going to learn how to deal with customers. Mentorship is so important when you're doing something like this because, again, we don't know everything when we just start. We don't know everything right now. We don't know everything 10 years down the road. It comes down with experience in different situations and making sure you're in a good space and place with the situation. Like I say, get yourself a mentor, find somebody who has a lawn care business, and guess what's going to happen? You're also going to be able to make yourself some money, generate some revenue. Guess what? If that guy or girl, the business that you're working with, if they're actually set up and established, they're going to want to give you customers because there's too much grass out here to cut. You can't cut it all. Okay. Again, we are all about bringing somebody along with us. Get yourself into a mentorship program. Find somebody who's got the time and energy and experience and go from there. And be real with them now. Be honest. Tell them that's what you want to do. You want to start a lawn care business. That's why you're coming to work for them. You're going to get paid while you're doing it. Again, these are 3 practical tips that you can do right now. And I guarantee you that if you do this, you're going to have a story to tell somebody next year about how you leveled up your lawn care game. And guess what? The only thing you're going to have to do at that point in time is bring somebody with you. Again, it's Mr. Bouquet. I appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. If you're looking to level up your lawn care game, let's go.